Episode 68. I discovered there was actually an upper level to the Hermit's Hovel that I was wandering around inside of last time. When I first came in here, I thought there was no living space, no bed or anything, and I thought it seemed a little strange. But lo and behold, there's a place you can platform to up here. Even back in the day, when this place was only accessible on foot and you couldn't fly, I guess any player, even if they couldn't climb the ladder, could just jump on top of the bookcase and mess around up here, if they wanted to. It's actually more of a cozy place than I thought. Maybe the open floor plan leaves a bit to be desired depending on your preferences for furniture layout. The whole studio apartment style isn't something that appeals to everyone, but it certainly is suitable for gatherings of large people, I guess. I actually made a fuss in earlier episodes, didn't I, about finding housing for Komori. Of course, knowing that you wouldn't be able to buy an apartment until you actually complete the main story quest for A Realm Reborn. Now that I've actually done that, I've forgotten to go ahead and look into buying an apartment, but maybe I won't do that, I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. It's a sink of at least 500,000 gil or something like that. And I think I maybe need to be a higher rank than I currently am, as a storm corporal or whatever. Not sure what rank you have to be able to buy something, but can't be that high. Even if I don't buy something, maybe I'll just make this place Komori's home. No one's here to claim it, so I will. Maybe. Maybe I prefer to actually, I don't know, own something in one of the housing places that looks a little bit more appealing and has neighbors. Komori doesn't have to live like a hermit. But the more that I look at it, the more fond I am of this house. Hovel. Whatever. How does it get electricity all the way out here? Although I guess that's just the light from a lantern or something. Yeah. Houses in Eorzea don't rely on electricity, do they? I guess none of the houses do. Anyway. What I'm here to do today is continue along the Beast Tribe quests. We currently have 9 more allowances on our daily timer. Just enough to start on the remaining Beast Tribe quests that we are allowed to do as a non-crafter in A Realm Reborn. Based on proximity, we'll continue with whatever is left in Minosia, being the Sahagin, naturally. Being in a more populated world means more activity and seeing more people around, which is kind of what you want to see in an MMO so you don't feel lonely. But for the sake of recording, when there are a lot of people in one place, it sometimes slows down the frame rate, notably, like in the Age-Right Plaza. But that's not something to worry about, I guess. What was this? The hunt? Need to be a 2nd Storm Lieutenant. That's way higher than I thought. I think the highest rank that you can be in the game, even at the current time of recording, is Storm Captain, and 2nd Storm Lieutenant is just 2 ranks under that. For a long, long time they haven't improved or expanded the rank that you can achieve above Storm Captain. I think it's been that way since one of the later 2.0 patches, or 3.0. It just kind of abandoned everything from 2nd Storm Commander and above, even though they appear here in the list. It's weird. Anyway, I don't know what that quest is for the hunt, but I'm not going to worry about it. We're here for this Hagen. I guess our Little field trip to the kobolds didn't really teach us much about summoning. The 789s are probably excluded from such important affairs. Maybe the Sahagin will teach us about their Leviathan. We haven't seen Leviathan yet, have we? Your hearing must be exceptional, Corporal Moriko. If you did not overhear the link pearl report, then why? Well, no matter. You are here now, and we would certainly use your aid. I have just received word that raiders have sunk a civilian vessel in the Strait of Meldor. One of our warships is en route as we speak, though I fear there will be little time left to find them. I'm uncomfortably familiar with tales of pirates looting, and even commandeering their targets, but to sink the ship entire, an excessively brutal act even for a buccaneer. No, I'd wager cold hard coin that those thrice-damned fishbacks are behind this. Them and their Serpent Reaver lackeys. The Sahagin have much to answer for. Vengeance will be forthcoming, but let us first focus on rescuing what poor souls we may. Oops. While the warship scours the waters, I would have you head to eastern Lenosia and look for any survivors washed upon the sands of the Bloodshore. One of my soldiers, Private Wilfolk, has been deployed to coordinate the search. Speak with him when you are ready, and he will direct your efforts to where they are most needed. May Limlane guide your steps. Alright. Oh, all the way over here then. Well, I guess the Sahagin have a presence all across Lenosia, even if their seat of power is in the opposite side. I'm hoping this time around, after doing the kobold stuff, I can go a little bit quicker. Maybe get 2 tribes done in one episode. I guess I spent a lot of time sitting around talking about nothing though, so maybe that's wishful thinking. I can barely breathe. Me shoulder, it burns. Don't take me arm, I'm begging you. Have you seen my little Robin? I was certain I held him tightly as we fell into the water. So very, very tightly. You're the one Commander Riki said to expect then? I'm Wilfolk, a private in the Commander's foreign levy. As you can see, there ain't much for me to coordinate. The fishbacks made a good mess of that ship. Seems barely a handful of the poor buggers what were sailing on it made it ashore alive. Where am I? Where's Robin, my son? Now you can just calm yourself down, good wife. We'll have your boy back in your arms before you can spit up another lungful of seawater. The tide's been merciful to a fortunate few like the good wife here, and carried them all the way to the beach. Here. You'll be needing some of my medical supplies for the bleeding and the injured. Take a walk along the coast now, and help them as ain't beyond helping. Waves slammed me into the rocks. They cut me up some, I think. Is it bad? Thanks. I feel much stronger now. Aye. All I remember is an impact like bloody thunder, and the deck lurching beneath my feet. And they came aboard. I made it. One moment we were sailing along, happy as you please. And the next, I was struggling to keep my head above the waves. I can feel my fingers again. Those gutless fishbacks. They were over the rail and swinging before I could stammer out a prayer to the navigator. I can barely breathe. Oh, did I move on accident? Thank you, thank you. Which of the 7 heavens is this? Bloodshore? Oh. Sorry, mate, you're still alive. You've saved some lives this day, lass. 'Tis a terrible thing what happened, but you take what solace you can in the little victories. Not that any amount of solace will have me forgiven those blasted fishbacks. We expect attacks on the Navy. That's what we signed up for. Sinking a civilian ship, with women and children aboard. The Sahagin have ice water for blood, I tell you. No, not my little Robin. Many condolences, good wife. I know how hard this must. Leviathan's scaly arse. Sahagin, here. What? You didn't get your fill of slaughter out on the straight? If you want to finish the job you started, then you'd best start with me. Mom. Robin, my darling Robin. Mom, there you are. Oh, my dear Robin, you're safe. Thank the 12 above. The lad's alive? What manner of fishback trickery is this? My precious boy, I thought him lost to the sea. I shall praise the mercy of the navigator morn. Morn indeed for the rest of my days. How would the fishbacks save the child of their enemy? It makes not a lick of sense. Those heartless bottom feeders are up to something devious. I'm fine if a bit wet. I thought I would sink right to the bottom of the sea, but then some nice fishmen came and saved me. They were not like the scary ones that came after our ship, but the stories say that all fishmen are nasty. Isn't that odd? Might I ask you a favor? I found this necklace at the bottom of the little boat the nice fishermen used to carry me ashore. I'm certain it must be one of theirs. I'd take it back to them myself, but I don't think my mom would like that. Could you maybe return it for me? The last I saw, they were swimming towards western Lenosia. That must be where they live. I wonder if their houses are made of seaweed. You saw them swimming from this shore on eastern Lenosia to western Lenosia? How? Well, he's a kid. He's an idiot. He definitely didn't see that, but we'll humor his request. And as we came here once before for, I guess, what was it? Was it the Sumner quest line or something? Something that brought us way over here into Sea Reaver territory, which isn't exactly Sahagin territory, but I guess they're allies. Just beyond the gate is where the Sahagin kind of prowl around. But off to the side. What is the meaning of this trespass? I should skewer you where you stand, Finis one. Psh, you carry the necklace of Clutch Father Nov. How is it that you possess this cherished treasure? You come at the behest of the child he saved? Such unusual manners for a shore walker. Shh, you may pass. Seek out the Clutch Father. Seek out Clutch Father Nov, and be sure to keep your tone respectful. He is the elder of our clan. Oh, I'm glad the weather changed. It is way easier to get a thumbnail when it's light out. Of course, not this being the thumbnail, but during a cutscene. Cutscenes use the weather that you're in, so if it's dark or raining or whatever, my thumbnails end up trash. Although in this case, the raining could be useful for the thumbnail. We'll see. Shahaha. Rare it is to see a shore walker in our midst. I'm Nov, Clutch Father to this clan of spawnlings. Ah, the Finis child bid you return my necklace, did he? Psh. No, I had no special reason for saving the boy. Only that for the Sahagin, it is as it is for you shore walkers. Offspring are considered the most precious of treasures. All that reside here are bound by ties of blood. All are the children of the Clutch Father. Only slightly less precious to me than my spawn is the trinket you bring. It was a gift, a commendation from our beloved matriarch. I thank you for returning it to me. We have a saying, the favor of one is repaid by the gratitude of the Clutch. I welcome you to our home. Perhaps a modest banquet is in order. I do not know, however, if our spread will agree to your shore walker's stomach. Shaha. You witnessed the aftermath of the attack on the Strait of Meltor? Yes, it was indeed perpetrated by Sahagin. The individuals responsible are called Coral Tridents. They reside in the Sapsa spawning grounds, and are known among our people as a volatile and fanatical faction. We had hoped to prevent them from ever reaching that vessel, but alas, the current was not in our favor. Foolishness. Their actions only invite further violence through retaliation. And what of Nov and his Clutch, you ask? We live apart from the spawning grounds, and pursue a separate agenda. I do not claim to understand the structure of your civilization, but for us Sahagin, each clan of Clutchmates is led by a single Clutch Father. The Indigo Matriarch, what you might call our queen, bestows each clutch of her eggs upon only the bravest and most seasoned of warriors. It is then a Clutch Father's duty to raise and instruct his charges in the ways of our people. So that like actual fish, where, to my knowledge, I may be incorrectly remembering, female fish just lay the egg in some location, and then male fish inseminate that. In this case, the female queen lays a bunch of eggs and dishes them out to each tribe of patriarchs or whatever. Psh. But for this cycle to continue, the matriarch must have a secure environment in which to bear her offspring. That is why we chose to make this land our home. It is unfortunate, then, that the Sapsa spawning grounds have become the locus of such conflict. If only more shore walkers were like you, and spent a moment to understand our situation. Clutch Father, I need your counsel. Shh. What have I taught you, Sue? A Sahagin does not flail and splash about. He rolls with the waves and rides the currents. Forgive me, Clutch Father. Shh. It is Pew, our sixth youngest brother. What of him? He has left the nursery without permission. He spoke of talking sense into the coral tridents. His brain is as soft as his spawning scales. And this at a time when I cannot afford to take my eyes off the rest of the clutch. Though our stance towards the other is not yet clear, Shorewalker, I would ask a boon of you. Save my foolish son. Sue here will have more to say on this subject, I'm sure. This one's puny. Not that I'm one to talk. You have no scales, and yet the Clutch Father seems to trust you. I shall do the same. As you just heard, my brother Pew has taken it upon himself to educate the Coral Tridents. He is one of our more impetuous spawn brothers, and yet young, he does not realize the peril he puts himself in. The Tridents will not listen to Pew's reasoning. They will laugh as they impale him on their spears. Please, bring Pew back safely to the nursery. By now he must be some distance across the land base, closer to North Tidegate. Not far from here. And it's overlapping with the fate. This concerns you not, Shorewalker. Away with you, Finless One. Goes down quicker than I thought. Right, our chocobo. Oops. Get the experience for one of them. Rescued by a shorewalker. What am I to tell Clutch Father Nov? Spawn Brother Sue bid you come to my aid? Psh, I do not understand these Coral Trident warriors. I scarce opened my maw before they proceeded to beat me bloody. The Clutch Father always says that the currents of discussion may carry us to enlightenment, but it seems the words of a spawnling count for little and less. I simply wanted to put into practice what my clutchmates and I had been taught. Now I surely face a punishment in addition to my beating. Welcome back, Shorewalker. You are kind to endanger yourself. Though you owe us no such loyalty, Pew will be appropriately disciplined for his reckless actions. Now more than ever, the Sahagin must act with caution and wisdom. Many of our people reside peacefully within our city in the Indigo Deep, but our civilization faces a steady and treacherous decline. City in the Indigo Deep. Interesting. We must venture onto land to secure a spawning grounds to lay our eggs, and build nurseries to raise our young. It is an essential element of our breeding cycle, an instinct too powerful to ignore. Our traditional spawning grounds were, however, annihilated in the Calamity. Thus were we forced to seize this new location, the region Finless ones call Western Lanosia. It is not surprising that the Shorewalkers view our sudden, aggressive expansion as not more than an invasion. But this seemingly unprovoked attack on their territory is, in truth, a desperate struggle for survival. Without this land, without a place to rear offspring, the Sahagin race is doomed. We are in no position to wage war against the Shorewalkers. We must attempt a parley and learn to exist side by side. So not unlike the way that the Limsolaminsons treated the kobolds, kind of encroaching on their territory. The Coral Tridents, as you no doubt have realized, do not comprehend the merits of a diplomatic approach. They seek only to control the weak of mind, those like their brutal serpent reavers, and slaughter all others who oppose them. Do not mistake me as a traitor to my kind. I hold no love for Finless ones. I shed no salty tears when the great Leviathan is summoned and the Lord of the World gathers new drowned Shorewalkers to his fold. Oof, that's pretty harsh. Maybe we shouldn't be helping this guy. Although, he is talking about Leviathan, which Komori is interested in. But conflict with your peoples is not the answer to our woes. We must look beyond the present and ensure calmer waters, waters in which the future of our race can thrive. Shorewalker, your arrival is a precious gift. I would have you become the first stone in the bridge that I hope to build between our peoples, and the rock which blunts the mindless spears of the Coral Tridents. I pray you, lend us your aid. Komori doesn't think she can trust them. It is unfortunate you harbor such doubts. But I understand your position. My kind has done much to earn your mistrust. It is my hope that one day you'll return that we might prove our willingness to prevent this war-driven plunge into oblivion. Gotcha. Quest won't progress until we say yes. Well, Komori still doesn't trust them, but she'll pretend to say yes, so that they'll teach her the secrets of summoning Leviathan, who she hasn't seen yet. Welcome back, Shorewalker. After 5 seconds. You are kind to endanger yourself, though you owe us no such loyalty. He will be oh, no, this is just the same dialogue. He completely forgot we just talked to him. It was so devastating when we said no that it made him forget the past 5 minutes of conversation. Your presence is most welcome, Shorewalker. My warriors are eager, but lack experience to engage such vicious opponents as the Coral Tridents. We will halt the Zealots' advance at the shoreline, and begin to repair the damage they have done to our chance at peace. There is much work ahead, but together we can put an end to this meaningless bloodshed. And once more we'll do a little sample set, just to see on camera what these quests look like before doing the rest of the reputation grinding off camera. try to speed through this. Among the Sahagin, it is the duty of the elder Spawn brothers to aid the Clutch Father with teaching the hatchlings the way of the sea. It has fallen upon me to instruct my younger Clutch mates in the art of fishing. A campaign against the Coral Tridents, however, has left me scant time to hunt for the sniper shells we use to craft the heads of our fishing spears. As a symbol of your willingness to aid our Clutch, would you gather the shells in my stead? Travel to Moonshade Isle, and first slay the pugils for their flesh. If you then place these morsels on the sand, the snippers will soon emerge from their burrows to feed. Paws elves know the way to the owl. You need only remain upright in the saddle. One of my Spawn brothers has spied Coral Trident warriors gloating over a catch of Shorewalker soldiers. If they did not kill these captives outright, then they mean to have them drowned. Meaning, of course, enslaved to Leviathan's will. Ordinarily, I would not concern myself with the fate of a few finless fighters, but enslaving them to Lord Leviathan's will is sure to invite retaliation. And we do not need a squad of wrathful troops flanking through the middle of our spawning grounds. They slay some of ours and we respond by slaying some of theirs. It achieves nothing. It would be best for all involved if you were to set these prisoners free, yes? The Tridents have posted sentries to guard the captives and keep watch for rescue parties. Each will likely have a key that fits but one set of manacles. All the better to prevent an easy escape. I suppose you might first try asking the guards to surrender their keys. And when they inevitably attack you, none can say they didn't deserve their fate. The Coral Tridents have not been lax in their preparations for war. I have seen them slicing up great strips of shark flesh and laying in provisions for their frontline soldiers. The shark flesh is chopped into a fine paste, you see, and mixed with a special blend of seagrass. I know not what effect it might have on the shorewalker, but any Sahagin that consumes this mixture is invigorated with the inexorable strength of the tides. But they have not been secretive with its storage. I can tell you exactly where to find the giant clams in which they keep their provisions. Go, shorewalker. Steal the Trident's shark flesh, and let their bellies squeal in protest. Now there's one of these quests way over here, part of an island that you could fly to, but there is no way to reach such a place way back when. You reach that by taking the Elves back at the little town of the Sahagin, but I'll do that in a bit. No, you may not have my teeth in this one. My spear, however, is yours for the taking. The way this overlaps with the fate makes the music a bit annoying. Surrender my key. You mock the might of the Coral Tridents, Shorewalker. An ally of our prisoners, then you shall share their fate, as one of Lord Leviathan's thralls. But I still have something to do here. Oh, the time. can turn off the music. It isn't that tense. We're just doing tribe quests. And use the keys on the prisoners. Now we can make a run for it. Good, thanks. You'll be in my prayers this night, miss. And as I was saying, of course, the Isles of Umbra and this little island, Moonshade Isle, that's way to the south, are completely inaccessible, or they were inaccessible back in the day, other than taking some kind of teleporting transporter. The way you're supposed to reach the Moonshade Isle is, of course, taking the elves that they direct you to in the quest dialogue. But on my main character, for a long time I was too stupid to realize that's how you're supposed to get there, and I just flew there. Moonshade Isle. My elf will carry you there with her eyes closed. The Elves, of course, is a mount that you can get from this tribe by doing their quests up to a certain reputation level. Rare mounts are, of course, one of the main draws in any MMO for doing any kind of content. But I have my favorites, so I don't typically care about finding out that sort of thing. I usually just do it for the story. Just kind of a beach in the middle of nowhere. Guess there are some boats over that way. Not much going on here. Wonder why they developed this whole area, just for the sake of Beast Tribe quests. Those are the only thing that take you out here. I guess having corners of the video game world where people less frequently travel to kind of increases the overall feeling of the world being wide. Kind of like that little shack I went to, the Hermit's Hovel. Little places like that just make you think, oh, I didn't know that was here. I guess there's more to this world than I thought. Thus in your mind expanding the limits of what the world is, even if there is a specific boundary to where the world is. Chicken. How fares your grand hunt for sniper shells? Yes, these are fine specimens indeed. Though difficult to crack, the resulting splinters are uncommonly sharp and rigid. Perfect for spearheads. Thank you, Shorewalker. learning to trust and gauging distance of prey. These are skills all Sahagin must learn. The hardest part of teaching the hatchlings, however, is making sure they do not impale themselves on each other. Ah, right, I still have the music turned off. The tridents howl and curse your fin aside, but you have saved the spawning grounds from a retaliatory strike. A strike that our warriors would then have felt the need to answer, and so it goes back and forth, blood for blood. If we do not act to stop this madness, then who will? The Hagen warriors are greatly strengthened by the consumption of properly prepared shark flesh. Spirit away their provisions and steel their stomachs for battle. These fanatics eat well. I should hunt for shark more often. I will take these provisions and share them amongst my clutchmates. We spawnlings eat often, and the clutch father shall be glad of the surplus. And that's all we can do for now. Just like the kobolds, only 1/5 of the way to the actual upgrade mission, so the rest will have to be done off camera. Unfortunately, that took a bit longer than I had hoped, so we won't be able to do a full set of 2 beast tribes in this episode. I guess we'll just go ahead and start on the next one. Kind of weird timing where there isn't enough time to do anything else, but didn't take up enough time to fill up an entire episode. Oh, right. I just, by instinct, highlighted the gold saucer. You could screw around in the gold saucer for 20 minutes. But no, we've probably done that on camera enough. Although, what time is it? Let's see. No, every 20 minutes in real time, starting on the hour and every 20 minutes after that. There's a gold saucer event, which is sometimes over here on the main stage, sometimes on the mountain or up here for some reason, or a leap of faith or something else. Or Air Force One if you're unlucky. If the timing were perfect, then I would have gone over there and done that, but it's not really the time for that yet. Guess we've done all the tribe quests here. What's that blue one? Oh, right. That's a later patch dungeon quest. I'll tackle that later. Then I guess the next beast tribe we'll handle is over in Danalan. We finished up our work for the storm. We've done our duties as a storm corporal, or what's our rank? Yep, storm corporal. But we haven't had our fill of learning the ways of the beast tribes, learning how to summon. So maybe checking in on what jobs are available with the other factions will give us some insight to the other beast tribes' ways. Lo and behold, that's exactly what we find. How lucky for you, Komori. Yours is a welcome face, Komori. I have a task for which one of your impeccable record would be well suited, though perhaps campaign would be more fitting description, given the sheer commitment this mission demands. As you are well aware, the inhabitants of Thanalan have long suffered the hostilities of the Amalta. The lizard men have been quite quiet for a time, chastened by your victory over the primal Ifrit, but once again the beast men stir. There has been a resurgence in kidnappings, and in greater numbers than before. Matters have grown so far out of hand that the local garrisons have petitioned us for reinforcements. That is why I wish you to lead an extended action against the Amalta, and put a stop to these raids. Report to Commander Giselbert, head of security in Little Alamigo, and he will brief you on the details of your duty. I'm hoping with the current rate of getting 12 quests, or 12 allowances, 4 daily quests per day. Let's just complete the beast quests before I finish up the various patch quests from 2.1 to 2.5. Don't know how long that's going to take me in terms of time, but I think the beast tribes maybe take around 30 days or more if you're maximizing the amount of daily allowances you have. So if it takes me around 30 quests to wrap up the patch quests, then maybe I can finish up the Society quest too. We'll see. Commander Swift said he'd assigned someone to assist with our growing beastman problem. Glad to see the urgency of our situation is being taken seriously. Now, as I'm sure the commander explained, the Emulja activity in the region has grown almost frenzied. Seems like the lizard men are determined to carry off every peddler and traveler that tries to pass through southern Danland. And I'm not speaking of furtive nighttime raids here. The bastards are striking in full daylight, even against escorted merchant caravans. We've had reports of raids as far south as the Sogoli Desert, so it's no simple matter of increasing patrols on the roads to Little Alamico. We must mount a decisive response, and soon. The next time the Emulja appear, I want you ready to send them howling back into the desert. Not long before you arrived, in fact, our scouts reported a merchant resting in plain view of one of the trade routes. Make haste to the location I've marked on your map, and see that the fool isn't taken by a raiding party. Thought we were going to the desert, but this makes more sense. This little corner of the map. We went here briefly to do a little side dungeon. I think this is the Temple of Corn or something. Yeah, Sunken Temple of Corn. What's up? What is it, adventurer? I'm not setting up shop here. I simply stopped to give the birds a bit of Emulja raiders, you say? Kidnapping merchants? I don't suppose you'd consider waiting around until I've got my chocobos back in their traces, would you? What, sleeping on the job? I thought you were going to get your chocobos back. Overconfident fools. You think your raids here go unnoticed? What treachery is this? You are of the Brotherhood of Ash. We are. Though we number but few, we shall be your death this day. Treacherous heathens. Your victory will come at a price. Attacking when the enemy's back is turned, your ancestors will turn in their graves. A soldier's life is one of peril. And the first rule of war is to understand the mind of your enemy, as well as your own. Your presence is noted here, adventurer, but this is our battle. You need not become involved. I am Hamushka, and I lead the Brotherhood of Ash. We are what remain now that the all-consuming flames have reduced the rest of my people to unthinking zealots. You interest me, child of Eorzea. Be it fortune or fate, I would not ignore the forces that sought to bring us together. I extend to you an invitation to join us at the Ring of Ash. Still asleep, are you? Thank you for not abandoning me to those savages. Is it not unusual for a Malja to fight amongst themselves? I suppose even the beastmen must have squabbles. Not flying. Just to get a sense of what it's like to roll on up into the Amalja encampment back in the day. Guess you would go this way. Just a small few set of like 3 houses and a cave. Of course, like the Elves, this would be the mount that you get from these guys. Each tribe comes with a special mount that you get as part of their rewards. Welcome to the Ring of Ash, adventurer. This place serves as home for our humble gathering of soldiers. My brothers and I ever seek to hone our martial prowess and honor the blood of our ancestors. We keep to the old ways, of the desert nomad and of the warrior. To those who are worthy, we show the proper respect, regardless of origin. Your aura, it carries the reek of brimstone. Could you be one of the champions said to have laid low the Lord of the Inferno? Then I would have you understand the curse that has befallen our fanatic brethren. They have forgotten the code that governs our people, the glory that comes with a warrior's death. They spirit away the weak and the feeble, and offer them up in exchange for the barbed blessings of a hoary god. Day after day, I witness the shameful acts of my kin. The honor of the Amalja is faded, a faded paltry thing, no longer driven by the righteous fortunes of battle. It is these kidnappings that most stoke the flames of my fury. Why? Why the victims often bear no arms at all. What triumph can be found in such cowardly attacks? We are hunters, my brothers and I, and the fallen Amalja who huddle in Zonrock are our prey. If you share my outrage, then I bid you join us in our kin war. No, I will not accept this pretender. You claim to be one of the heroes that fell defeat? I've cut down a dozen men who boasted that feat. More likely you slew a guttering fire sprite and convinced yourself it was the king of the 7th hell. I did not ask for your counsel, Lunga. I and I alone make this decision for the Brotherhood. And you better not stray into the path of my arrows, adventurer. We have too many enemies for me to waste my ammunition on puffed-up heroes like you. Forgive this interruption. I shall vouch for the authenticity of your claim. Only one who has faced and defeated Ifrit could have the scent that you do. Past glories, however, will not impress my soldiers. Prove yourself through your actions, and you might find your reception here improved. Our foes are the Amalja of Zonrock. We shall break the fangs that feast on the helpless. Our target is clear, and our resolve unshakable. And before we get the set of 3 quests, 1 quest from the actual leader. We, the Amalta, were once simple nomads who roamed the vast plains of Arpag the Dawn. If any sought to impede our path, we relished the challenge to our skill at arms. For as long as our people have existed, it has been the tradition for aging warriors to make the pilgrimage to the holy land of Zunrok, and there confront the specter of death. It is an honor to cast one's time-tempered soul into the sacred flames, and return one's body to ash. But these craven whelps of Zaharok quaver before death's inevitability. They seek not to fortify their spirits, instead groveling before a deity, for the strengths they do not deserve. I have not the words to express my disgust for the manner of this groveling, this subjugation of the meek, like contemptuous weaklings. The path to true greatness lies only in conquering those greater than oneself, and in the doing, attaining mastery over one's own failings. War leader, there is trouble. The Flame Fangs have scented fresh prey. We must sound the call to arms. It seems you shall have the chance to prove your talents, adventurer. Show the Brotherhood your unbending steel. Lunga. Your wish, war leader. This warrior is known by the name of Lunga. Though her form may be Makote, her soul harbors a raging blaze to match that of any Amalja soldier. We of the Brotherhood know only the struggle for martial perfection. Tribe, clan, gender, these details matter not. Lunga, you will accompany our newest ally into battle. What? Why choose me for this task? Surely there are others more fitting. Some hatchling in training, perhaps? Do Amalta hatch out of eggs? Interesting. Enough. I grow weary of your insolence. Shall I have my blade answer your mewling? No, war leader. It shall be as you command. Now we shall see you for the charlatan you are. Meet me at this spot on your map. I pray your screams are short-lived. Oh, we've been here. Nod reflection. Oh God, save me, save me. Where have you been? I've already felled the forward scout. See the markings? We most certainly face Flame Fangs. Take up your position and keep your weapon handy. The rest will soon be upon us. Oh, we're pretty short on time. But I would hate to get in her bad graces, so we'll go on a little bit longer just to wrap up. Oh, one more. Oh, we lost our mount. What is your name again? That's right, Short Stack. Stick around for the experience next time, won't you, Short Stack? I expected you to die here. Come now, we return to the Ring of Ash. Phew, you made short work of those raiders. I don't know who you are or where you came from, but you have my thanks. I'd heard the Amalja were snatching folk from the trade routes again, but I thought that was just my rivals trying to scare me out of business. After all, The roads had been safe enough until now. I'll have to hire a guard or two for next time I pass through here. Damn beastmen. Sellsword wages do so eat into a man's profits. Already read that. For a second I thought it was a real human doing a fate. Pretty rare. You are no hatchling in battle, that much is obvious. But do not think me so easily impressed. There is yet the question of your resolve. The Brotherhood of Ash is a conclave of elite warriors. Under the command of Hamujgar, we wage a war of attrition against the zealots of Sunrock. Those fallen Amalja build altars and pitch camps wherever they please, convincing themselves they are the masters of the Holy Land. They must feel brave indeed to challenge none but the weak and undefended. Recall the raiders you but recently faced. They were members of the Flamefangs, a faction of the Sunrock Amalja that, more than any other, delights in kidnappings. Naturally, they also draw the most ire of the Brotherhood. It is our mission to see their ambitions ground into the dust, and their leaders slain. Indeed, it is the duty of all who could call themselves true Amalja warriors. And now, a warning. Do not seek to meddle too deeply in our affairs. This war is not some distraction to be dabbled in by outsiders like you. You think my words unconvincing? You think that I, too, am no Amalja? To the seven hells is what you think. Yo, make your report to Mujgar, before he has to find himself a new pet adventurer. Oh, this place looks pretty good at night. The darkness combined with the orange lighting from the fire or something else. The natural orange of the rocks. Pretty good. Kind of like that canyon. Cosmo Canyon. Yeah. This makes me think of Cosmo Canyon. Always gotta think about thumbnails. Something like that. If I didn't use one from the cutscene. I usually just use one from the cutscene because it's so easy to grab something aesthetically pleasing. Honored ally, news of your battle has spread through the camp. By all accounts, you fought with uncanny ability. None may now doubt that yours was the hand that slew a raging god. If our cause rings true in your heart, then I would further welcome your aid. Will you unleash your fury alongside the soldiers of the Brotherhood? Let the zealots fear our coming. Well said. Yours is a true warrior's heart. Though we differ in many ways, the foe that we would topple is the same. Let us vow death to the Flamefangs. Theirs is a fire that cannot be suffered to let burn. And now we have the usual 3 quests again. But before we get into that, now would be a good time to take a break.